Martyred police officer Feroz Dar's life could have been saved had his request for a bulletproof vehicle been granted. This even as he was facing repeated threats. Sources suggest that he had made request several times and wasn't given the bulletproof vehicle. He had also survived an attack on him last year. On the day Feroz and his 5 colleagues were martyred, they were travelling in a non-bulletproof vehicle. The Jammu and Kashmir police has shortage of bulletproof vehicles this year. The department is procuring around 24 such vehicles. Taking note of the development, the centre has expressed concern, but sources suggest it is the state's job to provide bulletproof vehicles. Sources have now told India Today that 100 bulletproof vehicles would be given to the state by September this year, and the vehicles will be deployed in sensitive areas. All right, I want to connect to my colleague Shuja ul Haq, who's joining us on the phone line, as well as Anandya. Shuja, you know, the sad part is, because after all the apathy that we've seen in this particular case, this action comes a little too late.
Well, and this is exactly what the family of this SHO is also saying. They've been complaining that he was someone who had threat to his life, and despite his repeated attempts to explain this to his seniors, not much was done. If you see, on that day also, it was because of the fact that they were traveling in a non-bulletproof vehicle that the attackers were, more successful in carrying out that deadly attack. They actually showered bullets on that, vehicle. Now, the police department is saying that they were, they have a shortage of such vehicles and have already raised this demand to center. At the end of the day, seems like a, passing the buck kind of a situation where one department says it is the fault of the other. But the reality is that if perhaps he had this kind of a vehicle with him, he could have been alive, and so could his 5 other colleagues be.
All right, should just stay on with me. Let me bring in Anandya as well. Anandya, the centre clearly is of a point of view that it is not the centre's responsibility in the first place. The state has to provide the vehicle. So clearly, everybody is just passing the buck here.
Well, absolutely, Preeti, and you know what? This is one very serious case, and centre may pass the buck to the centre state, and the state may pass back this buck to the centre. But the fact remains that indeed it's a strong allegation coming from the family of the martyr, making a very strong allegation that he indeed demanded, armored vehicle that wasn't provided, allegedly. Now, what remains to be seen that whether indeed official communication was made by the martyr to the Jammu Kashmir police, and if indeed anything comes to the fore, whether it was a verbal or whether a written communication happened, we don't know at this point of time. But indeed, if it a written communication that took place and that comes to the fore, it will not only be a very put the Jammu Kashmir police in a spot, but also put the central government in a spot that is run by the PDP and Jammu BJP government, because at the end of the day, if we go strictly by technicalities, indeed it is a responsibility of the state government, and to think of a narrative where a brave Jammu Kashmir cop demanded, presuming that it's a threat to his life, that an armored vehicle be given to him, and it hasn't been provided, and finally he laid his life for the nation, is something very shocking.
All right, both of you, thank you for joining us. We'll keep coming back for more details on that story.